and AGettyAnd in a weekend of derbies, how did Arsenal manage to out-Spurs their rivals? March is here and spring can't seem to decide whether or not it wants to actually begin. We've moved one step closer to the end of the football season, but that means that the stakes just keep getting higher. Two of England's most storied rivalries played out in London and Liverpool, and there was drama all over the country in another thrilling weekend of football. It was hardly a dream start for Brendan Rodgers at Leicester as the Foxes were beaten by a last-minute strike from Watford's Andre Gray on Sunday. Still, Jamie Vardy kept up his end of the bargain. Leicester's goal was classic Vardy. Even if you haven't seen the game, you can no doubt picture it perfectly. Though Vardy did score, Watford goalkeeper Ben Foster showed there was no hard feelings and the two hugged it out. Well, kind of. While that result might not be what the Leicester faithful wanted, it was celebrated further north as Celtic fans were out and forced to enjoy the defeat for Rodgers after he abandoned the mid-season to take over at the King Power Stadium. Brendan Rodgers is why boys have trust issues. Weary face, snake pouting face, nail polish, or on @OrangeTory99, March 1, 2019. After guiding Celtic to an unbeaten season in 2016-17, Rodgers has now lost 100% of his games as Leicester manager. Sure, he's only taken charge of one game so far, but facts are facts. It took Brendan Rodgers 68 domestic games before suffering defeat at Celtic. It took him just 90 minutes at Leicester at Liam King, @LK95_, March 3, 2019. Even Watford took notice of the swell of support from their new Scottish fan base. North London Derby retained its crown as the best fixture in English football with another classic on Saturday. While Sunday's Merseyside Derby played out as a drab, goalless draw, the North London equivalent gave us some late drama which saw Arsenal miss a penalty before having a player sent off. While bottling a result late in the game might seem like something a cruel neutral might describe as Spursy, it was actually something else entirely. Missing a last-minute pen and then the rebound from 2 yards is more Spursy than Spurs could ever manage, and is therefore peak Arsenal. Why? @Isab87, March 2, 2019. Of course, it helped that a certain gunner was up to his old tricks in giving away a penalty to allow Tottenham back into the game 15 minutes earlier. But the result means Spurs have finally drawn a game this season. Rip the undribles. Arsenal have prevented Tottenham from going an entire season undefeated in the Premier League. Will have to put away that special pewter trophy they had made up for them. 7 a.m. kickoff. At 7 a.m. kickoff, March 2, 2019. Everyone loves an indirect free kick in the box. It's rare enough that it still makes you feel giddy at its ludicrousness. There's something so pure and bonkers about it that we can't help but love it. Now, not everyone can handle their nonsense, but Steph Houghton showed exactly how it's done as she smashed home this beauty during England's 2-2 draw with the USA in the Shebelevs Cup. Speaking of that game, the American players sported the names of famous female heroes on their backs during the match, with everyone from Beyoncé to U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg represented. Okay, so USSF just sent out a press release that USWNT players picked the name of a woman who inspires them and will wear her name on their jersey to play England tonight. First of all, shout out to Pino for picking Audre Lorde. Second, here's the list. Pick.twitter.com/KFSHVHB, Thrace, Teen Scooter Outlaw, @Thrace, March 2, 2019. We love the idea of Phil Neville panicking to find some game footage of Mother Teresa or JK. Rolling before kickoff. In case you didn't get the chance to catch up on what happened in the Bostik League Southeast Division this weekend, check out this cracker from Ashford United's Sam Hassler in the win over Whiteleaf. Also want to know what happened in the Spartan South Midlands League? Well, there was this sweary incident. Don't believe anyone who tells you that such an occurrence is good luck, because Baldock went on to lose 2-1 to Harpenden Town, having been 1-0 up before the bird dropped off its gift. We all love a football stat, but sometimes you're left wondering what they really teach us. A good stat can give insight into how the game is played and what could happen in the future, but a great stat will also teach you vital cooking skills. Declan Rice now has the same ratio of place goals to Danny Drinkwater, 2-4, as you need to boil rice in water. Duncan Alexander, at Oil Sailor, March 2, 2019. Sligo Rovers picked up their first win of the new League of Ireland season thanks in part to Romeo Park's first half strike as they beat Finn Harps 2-1 at the weekend. But the striker might want to have a word with his teammates about the choreography of his next big celebration to avoid a repeat of whatever happened here. After travelling 400-odd miles to attend the game, one Plymouth fan took an even more memorable trip during half-time of Sunderland's 2-0 win over the Pilgrims on Saturday. Initial reports suggest the fan suffered a bruised ego and hurt pride but was otherwise okay to continue. Some player name combinations just lend themselves to a bit of poetry. So it was these two players who caught the eye and ear of BBC pundit Gary Lineker at the weekend. Try saying that 10 times in a row.